I like it when she screams in the background. It's fun.
No, no. Hello.
Hi, everybody.
I always got to do
Let's
my
see.
my dance every time.
Oh,
My
they're
live
here.
dance.
They're showing up.
All right. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome to the crazy house.
Yeah, that's
Crazy
that's me.
houses.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. I got one exam done, so I'm very excited.
yeah,
So
rightly so.
one thing done, one big thing done.
Hi, Shazza. How are you? Shazza.
Shazza the elf.
Shazza is here.
Shazza.
Kim, I'm so glad you're here.
Hey Kim, I'm glad you stayed awake, or did you take a nap?
She had to have her pre-winter discussion
Yeah,
power nap.
I
I
think she had a long day, so she might not be able to stay awake.
I told my mom earlier, I was like, why didn't I take a nap before this thing? uh,
Totally. Whoop. Oh,
whoop,
I hope
whoop.
so too.
I'm sorry, I'm forgetting to click them.
That's
There we go.
okay.
Woo!
Whoop.
She's excellent.
Good.
Hi,
Good.
Stacy.
Hey, Stacy.
Represent. Represent.
Are we excited?
I
Are we
I can
excited?
I'm very excited. We have so much to talk about. We have so much to
Do you
talk about.
believe that it's the end? I mean, we have stars above, but really, this is the end of the main part of the series, right?
I cannot believe it. This has been such a journey. Just finished catching up on Strictly Come Dancing, so I am wide awake now.
I've never seen that show.
I
Is
haven't
it pretty
either.
good?
I haven't either. I see it.
And there's
Yeah.
no like in the back of all the other books, you get like a chapter from another book. Not with this one. Not
Hi,
with this one.
Amy
Hey,
Bowman.
Amy.
Yeah, this one went like right to the end.
I feel like it went pretty fast though. I mean, I did spread it out so it was 5 chapters a day, but each day when I was doing my 5 chapters, it went really fast.
Yeah.
It's just she writes so quick. Like it's so quick to get through her writing.
It's
Dancing
like
with the
Dancing with
Stars.
the Stars.
So ballroom dancing, awesome. That's exciting. Glad it energized you so you could be here with us, Kim.
Yeah. Oh man, where should we start? I do have one question that's plaguing me. If we could just go ahead and
Oh,
get this out because
yes,
then I can
yes.
focus on other things.
Get it out.
So who actually killed Lavana?
I mean, I assume Cinder did because she shot her and she was in close. I mean, Lavana was right on top of her, so she was close enough that any shot direct like that would be a shoot to kill sort of thing. I would think, but you're thinking it's somebody else, huh?
No, not necessarily. I just felt like it was kind of just left open for interpretation. It all every there was so many things happening in that moment that it was like the gun to Cinder's head, the gun to Lavana's head, Lavana like fake lowering her gun and then grabbing the knife and stabbing Cinder. And yeah, I guess it didn't occur to me that Cinder could have possibly still had the gun up to Lavana's head. But I don't know what's
Yeah,
everybody saying.
it's really hard to say because Cinder had taken her gun down from herself, but yeah, it was. I think it was Cinder. I just think like she was right there, and her last thing before she kind of passed out was shooting Lavana. That whole showdown was pretty crazy. I mean,
It
it
was
really
crazy.
was. Like the whole gun to
Everybody
their
was getting hurt.
heads. Oh
Mhm.
gosh, it was terrible. And then like the whole when when Thorn
When
stabbed
Thorn
Cress in the
stabbed
stomach,
Cress, I know.
that was
That
the
was
worst.
yeah, it was bad. That
I
was bad.
just it was so awful. I was like, oh, yeah, like he said, he's gonna dream about that for the rest. He's gonna have nightmares about that for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Amber says she thinks it was Cinder as well. I think so too. Hey
Hi,
Magda.
Magda.
Um, yeah,
Okay. Well, I
that
feel
whole
better about
showdown.
that.
I
I
think it
may still
was.
go back and reread that part just to see if I can
It happened
find
very
something
quickly.
definitive.
the end of that happened really quickly. I will say that I liked how much time Marissa Meyer gave to actually finishing things out, though, because a lot of times,
Yeah,
at the
I
end
did
of a
too.
series, they kind of end it with the action, and then you're like, well, that's the end of the story. It ended it so quickly, but I think she wrapped it up
It
really
was
well. We
not
got 7 whole
rushed. Yeah,
chapters. Yeah,
it was good. Mhm. Yeah, she tied up all those loose ends or potentially loose ends.
yeah. Although it wasn't completely tied up with Jason and Winter, was it?
Hmm, I don't know. I mean, she was going to be the ambassador, she was gonna be the guinea pig for the little device, lunar blocking device. I don't remember exactly what it was called,
Yeah,
um, but yeah, and you know, yeah, we don't know. I mean, I guess she's maybe it helped her not be crazy, but
there were a lot of messed up scenes. Yes, there were. There were so many messed up scenes in this book on so many levels.
yeah,
Oh, I I'm like,
Brittany's
how
here.
much are they going to get beat up? Hey,
So is there anything in particular anybody wants to hash out, talk about,
let's
mull over,
see, there were
analyze,
a couple of other comments.
express your feelings? Did I miss something?
Amber and Mom said something.
Oh, you're right. She wrapped up all the couples pretty well, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Cress and Thorn were probably the most satisfying. They're just
Yeah.
the most emotionally, and like, as much as I love Kai, like, I felt like Cinder and Kai had to be so they couldn't really be that emotionally open just because of the roles they play. And so I was a
Yeah.
little like, nah, I wanted a little more from them, but
Yeah.
that's just because I like Kai so much. But yeah, I thought that Thorn and Cress had the most satisfying ending.
I do too.
Scarlet and Wolf, it worked out well for them. It just so sad.
I
Poor,
know. I
poor
think we
Wolf.
were all so upset about her Lavana doing that final transformation to him and then it being irreversible. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, it sucked.
such a
Jason and Winter were going to travel all over the US together.
there. Yeah, doing all the
Oh, I
yeah.
did. I showed that one.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
and even I was gonna say even Aiko has a love interest now. A
I
love a love-hate interest.
know, which is so
What's
funny
his name?
because
Kenny? Kenny,
Kenny
yeah.
is so disgusted by her, and it's like, come on now. He's also very fascinated by her, and of course, she
Yeah.
just keeps talking about how he's so cute.
Oh, and I
Um,
loved the color changing eyes at the end. I'm like, "Oh, that could be bad whenever everybody figures out your colors." It's like, like me, like where my face never hides anything, like her eyes will give her away.
Aiko's so fun. Just so fun to see her transformation as a character. Just like becoming human in a sense. She's not human, but she's as human as you can get for an android, and she's so charming. Just love
Yeah.
Aiko.
Yeah.
And Mom had read this one so far. This is the graphic novels, the
Wires
first
and
one.
nerves.
There's 2 of them, and I think it focuses on Aiko. So I'm like, that's really fun.
Yeah. And I loved her like loyalty to her android body and she's like my friends don't get to, change bodies when they get broken, so why am I? And yeah, that
Hmm.
was good stuff. And I
Yeah,
loved how she was all sweet at the end when she could have had all of Lavana's dresses and she was like, "Okay, well, I'm going to keep 10 and then we can do something charitable with the rest." I loved that.
so cute.
Wires and Nerves for the Win. They all make an appearance. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
let's see. Uh,
I don't know
Magnus
how I keep
said,
skipping. What the heck?
it's okay. It jumps forward, I think, sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's this wire, just wires
That's
and
the
nerve.
Wires and Nerves one. Without spoiling anything, you've got to read the last story in Stars Above.
Yeah, Mom
Yeah.
was really happy with that one, so
I
I'm
think I
excited
had
about
to
this.
like dismiss her the little Discord notification that came up on my phone today for that because I was like, I saw enough, like, about it being, like,
Oh no,
satisfying or so I didn't it didn't spoil it for me, but I was just like, "Nope, don't wanna read that." I
not ready for that
I
yet.
I dismissed it, but yeah.
I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. You do form an attachment to these characters, absolutely form an attachment to them, and so it is kind of hard to know that we're kind of that's kind of it, like although we will be able to read Stars Above and read, and then maybe now with these graphic novels, but there's not too much else. She's not making any big major books that'll be about the series. So
That's what I was watching one of, Paige's wrap-ups for November, and of course, she finished winter, like, was it November? Yeah, November, and she finished winter, like, right away, and she was just talking about how, like, the characters just made this series, like, it's just it wouldn't have been the same, we all just loved them.
yeah, yeah, totally.
I agree with Magda about Stars Above. I read Stars Above this week, I couldn't resist, and now I have to read Wires and Nerves. So is that the extent of, like, everything else that is available, like, as far as Readalong,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah, so we got
books?
Stars Above, and then we've got those two graphic novels, and that's pretty much it as far as the whole Winter Chronicles series. Because haven't heard anything else between Winter and the last story of Stars Above. Okay, good to know, actually. Um,
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
it's Hey Shell. One of the first series that gave me
book
book depression after
depression.
it was over. Oh,
That's rough.
yes, it's a thing. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I still want to know them more because I feel like they're my friends. They're
What
quirky and they have some of them have some anger issues here and there, but like they seem like such fun people.
what'd you think about how kind she wound up being to Adri and Pearl at the end
I mean, I think that kind of happened in the story too, if I remember correctly. Or I didn't read the original Cinderella,
of
but
Cinderella?
it, you know, she's supposed to be the bigger person, right? I mean, Cinderella's supposed to be the bigger person, and so it doesn't surprise me at all.
Mhm.
Is it annoying that Audrey's going to be this rich person? Yeah, of course, because she's not going to be able to do it humbly. She's not going to be the kind of person who's like, "Oh, I learned my lesson, and now I'm a changed woman." No,
Right.
she's going to be like the Lunars, the lunar aristocracy, the people who are the
Yeah,
families.
yeah.
So it's annoying. It's totally annoying.
That's annoying.
And she to the
Um,
end, she really has no respect for Cinder, even at the end. Mom's asking Shell if she read the graphic novel.
I love
Yeah,
how the characters are amazing and flawed, no perfect heroes.
I like that too a
That is
lot.
for sure. She was too nice. I wouldn't have
That's no surprise.
Classic. Oh, man, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so someone, who was it? There was someone in the Discord who was pointing out the different ways that this worked with Snow White. And I was so impressed because I didn't
Yeah.
think about it. And uh, she said something like, "Oh, this is kind of following, she was living the regolith mines, and she's like, hi ho, question mark." And then I was
Yeah.
realizing as I was reading it, I'm like, the wolves, they're the dwarves, they go and they help Snow White, they fall in love with Snow White, and they take care of her, and it was just like the wolves. And I thought
Mhm.
that was so, I was like, oh my gosh, that is so clever. I never even thought about that.
Right up until, like, Jason's kiss at the end that woke her up. Well, she may have already been awake,
I think
but
she was
yeah,
awake,
like,
yeah. But yeah, no, it did a good job of, like, I really thought the little nods to the original fairy
mhm.
tales was so clever. I thought she did a great job.
Yeah, when the apple petites came into play again, I was like,
Yes,
"I like you did good. That was good."
it
Yeah.
was. It was
Uh-huh.
so clever. Yeah, those
It's really
little,
good.
and I didn't catch them at first, but when I started
Yeah.
really thinking about it, I was like, oh yeah, that's the evil witch, and she brings an apple, and they both take a bite of the apple, in the
Mhm.
original story, and so, like,
Yeah.
awesome, awesome job.
Maybe maybe a companion series, Time Jump to the Next Generation.
That would be cool. I'd be curious to
Mhm.
see what their children
Like,
are
well,
like.
Isle of the Lost here. I am worried Adria is going to demand so much money for her patent that only the rich on Earth will be able to get the device that protects them.
That's what I was
Yeah.
worried about too.
It sounded like, though, she was maybe going to sell it to the governments. So you would think,
Yeah, and Cinder gave her a really dirty look and said, "Don't be greedy." So hopefully Cinder will follow through on that.
yeah. Nah. I meant to. Oh, she was talking about wires and nerves, but I didn't like the graphics, and that stalled
Yeah,
me.
I hope we get follow-up
Daisy
stories from the kids. Yeah, that would be
would
fun.
be awesome.
Yeah, and I know Shell's picky about graphic novel graphics.
Yeah,
So yeah, that would be
I
hard though if
understand
you're
that.
not into it. Then
Hmm. Hmm.
continuing the story, but I'm excited about reading those.
Yeah, I need to get those. I don't actually have those.
I just I got them from the library. I got the first one from the library, but they're on. There's a lot of people. They've been on hold for a while. Yeah, lots
Lots
of
of
clever
clever knots.
knots.
I would have liked for the heroes to be a little more badass. They took a few too many losses for my liking.
They
I'll
were
just fill
too
in.
darn
I'll
human.
just fill in the. Yeah,
They did
yeah,
get beat up really
they
badly
really
so
did.
many
It
times,
was
and they're. Uh,
it was
Go ahead.
rough.
Sorry. I was gonna say there's so many moments where you're like, come on, go, do it now, come on, stop, and then like they'd get hurt or they'd fall or like poor Crest, she'd get scared and she'd just curl into a ball, and you're like, come on, guys, you have to keep moving, you can't stop, you got to do it, you got to do it. There were
Yeah.
definitely a lot of moments where you're like, yeah, they are definitely very flawed.
Yes. Yes. Wires and Nerves is so good. We all get our heroes back.
Mom's defending that
We
graphic
will
novel.
buy that immediately. Oh,
um, yeah. So, what'd you think of Lavana's demise? It the way she ended didn't really go as I expected it to go.
what she said.
Mom hears everything on a delay, and so
Oh,
she's
okay.
laughing at what we said before.
Uh, so what were you asking about her demise?
So it didn't quite go the way I was expecting it to go. You know, I knew that I was pretty surprised that she was in denial as much as she was. You know, the whole time she's like, oh, they're not actually going to defeat us or nothing's going to actually happen. And so she waited and waited and waited and waited until they were at the door. And then she kind of goes out there and then things kind of go south a bit and then she runs and hides in the throne room. And it like that, I didn't expect it to go like that.
Yeah.
Not that I'm upset, just like all that was kind of a surprise to me. Wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that to be like the final battle, you know.
Yeah. Like I got it that she was used to other people fighting for her. You know how it mentioned like she had obviously never even held a gun because
Mm-hmm.
um but yeah. I mean, I guess I suspected that it would come down to kind of a battle between their lunar gift, you know? But um yeah, I thought it was really like the whole thing where the video got released and like it showed her without her glamour and that just like tearing her apart. I was like, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't surprised about that. It was more just how Marie left her. Like there was no thaumaturge around her in the end. Like she was all by herself in that room, and I don't know, it just seemed strange. It didn't seem like her, you know. I feel like there should have been more people around her that she would just want to be throwing at um, Cinder. Of course, she used her friends just throw at her, but you know, I don't know. It just
That
seems
that
strange to me.
makes sense because there was the whole mention of her using the lunar aristocrats
Sure.
to like, you know, be her human shields or whatever. And she, even though they kind of dispersed, there was still a small group of those guys left. So she could have used those. But then in a way it was kind of symbolic too because Lavana didn't really have any real allies. Like she didn't really have anybody that really cared
Yeah.
cared whether she lived or died, you know?
Yeah, I mean, even when it came to Amory Park, in the end, all he cared about was Winter, really. So he
Yeah,
went off to find Winter because he didn't really care about Lavana. You know, his intention was to finish what he had started with Winter. And so, yeah, you're right. She really didn't make any allies because she was manipulating people for so long. And everybody that was her friends or the aristocratic family, they were only there because of the party, the show. They
the
liked the show.
luxuries that were provided to them,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, she was delusional herself. Yeah, she was. I couldn't. I was so surprised how far she let things go. I don't know why, but that part shocked me. I was like, she's not going to send out anybody yet, and she's like, no, 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 just ignore it, just ignore it, just ignore it. And I was like, really? Because Lavana earlier on was more of a planner, and so that's why I was just a little surprised at her, like how she just kept saying, oh, don't worry about it, it's nothing.
Yeah, I
Didn't
think
seem.
she just I mean, that seems to be the downfall of a lot of bad guys is they just think that they're untouchable, you know?
Yeah, yeah, it showed what how far she had gotten into that, level of delusion.
She was so wrapped up in her real appearance being bad and awful that she couldn't hack it once people saw, just wanted to hide away. Yeah, even
Yeah,
in the end, she was only worried about well, supposedly only worried about getting her beauty back.
right. Yeah,
But Cinder made all the points that I had been thinking, like, even after we read Fairest, like, how could you burn Cinder after what you went through, you know? And I mean, she called her out on that stuff, but
yeah. And even Cinder wanted to feel empathy for her, but Lavana was just she was just bad to the core. She was a bad person, and she up to the end. You see that she does it all the way up to the end. There's not one moment that she's willing to take any responsibility for her actions ever, even when she's been completely, you know, she's been defeated. Really, well,
mhm.
she thinks she hasn't because then she stabs Cinder in the heart and Cinder survives. Like, what
I
the
knew
heck?
I knew when she stabbed Cinder, I was like, "Okay." I didn't even freak out because I was like, "Her heart is partially synthetic." Like, what are the
Yeah.
chances that she got, some of her android parts, which are yeah. But
Yeah. No, I
there
mean,
was
I figured
something
that as well.
there was something else that happened, and I was like, I saw it coming, but I can't think of what it was right now. I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me. But
Yeah. I think the one that surprised me the most was where Thorn stabbed Cress in the stomach. That was so rough. So,
it
so
was
rough.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah. Um, I was a little, I guess the other thing I was a little surprised about was how easy it was for Jason and Cinder, was it, and Aiko to get the Letumosis and antidotes.
Mm, yeah.
Like they were just walk in, grab the antidotes, walk out. There
I
should have
mean,
been battle there.
that was when Aiko got separated from them because
Yeah. She drew them
she
all.
had to distract those scientists. But yeah, that those were not as heavily guarded as maybe.
And I was thinking about that a lot because I was like, that was way too easy. But nobody had known that Lavana was going to let Lytumosis off. Like there's no reason to need the antidotes on the planet. So why would they need to be guarded, right? So I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense that they would
Mhm.
be that readily available because nobody has any use for them on the planet. Because at that point, Letumosis hadn't been,
Right.
released.
It was easy for them to leave the city with the antidotes.
Yeah, yeah. And Maggie said, I agree. I
Oh,
thought
I'm
the
sorry,
scene when
Magda. I did not mean to skip you. I just am having clicking problems tonight. I
Cinder was
agree.
stabbed. Yeah, it was surprising. It was all of it was, was just, but it was still great. Don't get me wrong. I gave it 5 stars. I did love this book. It was a great ending to a series. Really,
Yeah.
really was a great ending to a series.
Yeah, I think so too. I was so
Um,
happy that Thorn like was gonna get a real job and legitimately buy his ship and
Do you like his speech? That was what my speech was supposed to be.
Oh, that was so good. That
He's
was
a very
like,
charming character.
that was so good.
He was a very, very charming character. And it was so funny that he was able to keep his humor up till the very end, when Lana basically was gonna throw him off the.
Yeah, his sarcasm basically proved to Cinder that that was actually him. She's like, "Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
that's him.
one."
Can't fake that, I guess.
Uh,
Oh, what'd you think of this scene where Jason kills Ryu?
um, I mean,
That was a pretty tough
it
scene.
sucked, but
Yeah.
it I don't really know how else he was gonna
Well,
do that.
that was a nod to Snow White as well, because remember he kills a deer to give the heart or show the heart to the queen.
Yeah.
I felt like that was like a nod to the whole original Snow White story, also,
Yeah.
which I thought was pretty. Like, it was a horrible and graphic scene, and you don't want to see anything come to Ryu, but like, I thought, like, again, really clever little ways of kind of twisting the original fairy tale around and using it for the
Mhm.
story. But yeah, I was just like, oh, it was so awful. And then poor Winter. I mean, Winter had it rough this whole book. She basically loses it at the very end. Like, what a that's a
Yeah.
sad character arc, is what it is. Because I thought she was going to come more into her strength, you know,
Yeah.
going towards the end, and actually using her power that once threw her even worse. Like it
Yeah, the way
basically broke her
that
brain
one
for a
doc
while.
was it a doctor or the way somebody explained it was that, it was like an unused muscle and, you know, if you overdo it the first time, you're more likely to strain it than you are to, anything. I was like, "Okay, that makes sense."
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
that's exactly what it was. That's exactly what the thing that I called. Excuse me, whenever she finally used her power to save Jason, I felt that coming before it. I was like, she's gonna have to use her power. Like she's gonna have to save him
I
right now. So
I figured as much too. I didn't think
yeah,
she was going to use Scarlet though. I didn't expect that. Um, but I kind of thought she was going to have Amory Park kill himself. But
he was so bad. I was not sorry to see him go. So now that
um,
the score is 5 stars for you,
does it
Amy,
affect my
does it?
ratings from the previous books? Not really. Not at this point. Maybe if I reread the series, I still really liked it, and I still gave all the other books pretty high ratings. Um, but I think I still feel kind of the same. But I have to reread it to be able to. I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know. Good question. Good question. Um,
I need some coffee or something. My God.
you all
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
uh,
I still love the other books. I still love the. I didn't give them 5 stars. It's true. Although I gave Ferris 5 stars. I love that one. So Ferris and Winter were my two 5 star reads, and I still feel strongly about that.
I think the only one I didn't this time around was Scarlet, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah, you weren't as crazy about Scarlet, and I liked Scarlet more than Cress. Cinder is good for a starting book, but it definitely feels like a starting book.
Why wouldn't Winter just practice her lunar gift glamour while alone to ward off the madness?
Yeah,
I guess she could. Yeah, I guess she could
yeah.
like use it on herself to, transform her own appearance or
I was. I think she was afraid that she would succumb to the temptation that everybody else seemed, in her opinion, to have when it came to the lunar gift. Like, she felt if she used it at all, she might just become addicted to using it. I kind of feel like she felt that way.
yeah.
And then I think that when you've got the lunar sickness as badly as she got it, you probably don't think all that well about
I mean, the
those
walls were
kind of.
bleeding the entire time.
Yeah, like
she,
practical,
she
like she
was
wasn't
not
thinking
well.
very practically anyways.
I'm a I'm a girl of snow and ice or something like that. How did you guys feel about Winter and Scar? I loved it. It was great. It
What do
was
you
amazing.
think, Kim? I'm curious. What do you think about it?
No, I loved it.
Yeah, I liked it. At first, I couldn't tell if Scarlet was just being a little too harsh to Winter, but she did see the strength in Winter.
That's Scarlett's like way of like showing affection. Like I don't
Yes,
know,
it
that's
is.
just
It
her.
is.
It's just her. This will be a
It's
great
be a
series to
great series to
reread.
reread. Yeah, I think
Mhm.
so. And I think on a reread, I might actually give it a higher rating overall, the whole series. Yeah, Kim loved them. Yeah, I did too. At first I was like, I don't know if Winter brings out the best in Scarlet is what I was thinking. And then after a
Oh,
while, you're like, oh no. But yeah, it was cute to see them come together, especially towards the end. Scarlet really does care about Winter and sees the strength in her, which nobody else was really seeing the strength in her. And I think that was so important, getting Winter to
yes.
get the
This is what
wolves.
I was just thinking. Scarlet friend
Scarlet
and
friend.
Scarlet will call her, crazy. Like,
Yeah,
how's it going, crazy or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
they were really cute.
Oh,
And
that's funny.
yeah, I I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to reading Stars Above. I'm looking forward to reading the because I'm not like I said, it did give a great finale. You know, there was like 7 chapters where she finished this up, but I still want a little more. Yeah, I guess Shell is right. You know, you get kind of that like
Got the book hangover?
book hangover. I want more of these people because I like these people so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
and even though this was a really long
I
book,
did too.
it felt like it went by really fast.
Yeah, it did. It did. We all have a book hangover right now. Like,
I think so. I think so.
I don't
I think so.
know. I don't know
Yeah.
if there was I need more. I need so glad there is more.
Yeah, there is
I'm gonna
more.
like flip back and see. I'm so bad about like taking notes as I go. See if there
I
was anything
didn't this
else I
time either.
feel
I
like
feel
should
like
be talked about.
um
I mean,
oh,
a lot of go ahead.
how about the whole Maha Kesley thing?
Oh, that was so sad.
It was really sad. And poor Wolf. Oh, Wolf got I kept thinking like Wolf is just getting he's just getting, for lack of a better word, shit on the whole time. Like poor Wolf. And then he wakes up and he's this monster, you know, he feels like a monster because he can't control his appetite and stuff like that. And he, poor guy never deserved any of that. Oh, and his mother gets killed. Oh, it's just terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
sad.
I think I don't know. It was good. It was good that his mother got to see him and to know that he was okay, to know that he had been able like capable of finding love and everything like that. But and I don't know. It was kind of beautiful how brave she was in the end. Like
Yeah. And she got to do what because she had everything taken away from her. She had her 2 sons taken away from her. Her husband died not too, like a few years before, I think it was. And she really had nothing left. And but what she got to do in the end was stand up for
yeah.
her kids, stand up for herself, stand up for her people. And I thought that was, you're right, it was a beautiful ending. Even though it was sad, it still was just so well done.
Yeah. She hasn't found stars above depressing. I knew it was going to happen to all these characters and it made me sad. But the last
Yeah.
story made it all up.
Yeah, she said it was really sad because all the stories up until the last one are basically backstories for all the characters. And so she's like, she knows what's going to happen to these characters. And so she was like, this is so sad. This is so depressing.
Oh. Stars above will help explain Winter. I'm supposed to tell you that Krista at Books and Jam says hi and that she loved Winter. She forgot about the
Oh,
discussion and is doing
no.
lives friends right now. Well,
No
you
worries.
tell
I
her
know
we say hi too.
yeah. Tell her we say, I know that she's doing like Mary Bookmas. So she's doing something every single, I'm so impressed by all of you Bookmas people. I don't know how people can do it.
Yeah. I only just started Stars Above. Yes, I have not started it yet. I
Me
just
neither.
finished Winter this morning.
Last night. Hey, we made it though. We made it to Hill
Oh
in
my
time.
gosh. Oh, yep.
Yeah. Just barely, right?
I guess
Oh
Paige
goodness.
is like sleeping or something. I haven't seen
Probably.
Paige yet.
Oh, she has work today. So I remember her
Oh,
saying that
she's
she wasn't going
daytime
to be
for
able
her,
to.
huh?
She said she might be able to sneak into the bathroom and say
Oh,
hi,
I
but
remember that now. Yep. Hmm.
yeah, so
I
she won't be
remember
able to
that.
make it. So we'll just have to tell the news for her.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
uh,
Any other thoughts and comments about winter? I know it's hard because it's like the end
that's good
book,
to know.
and we've all, yeah.
I needed to know that. I appreciate that. I need a fast read this month. I do.
Yeah. Any other thoughts and feelings about winter? I don't remember any specific things. It's just there's so much that happened during this
Yeah,
whole
there
book.
was a lot that happened.
What do you think about Cinder making it a republic and no longer a um uh like a queen
Like a
monarchy?
monarchy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought it was good. I was thinking like, okay, that's cool, but isn't kind of like what Kai does? Isn't that kind of a monarchy? Like
Hmm.
even though he has a different title, like he's not the king, he's the emperor. But I was like, so she's gonna go from from declaring Luna a republic to
Yeah.
potentially being the empress of
Empress of,
the
yeah.
Commonwealth. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I think I understood her explanation why, especially for, yeah, we did it.
Thank
Um,
goodness.
um, especially for Lunars because they have those powers and they're easy to manipulate and be manipulated. I get that more so than humans because I'm curious to see like how much the chips like are going to play a part for
Yeah.
Earthens and for Lunars. Like I'd be curious because will more Lunars get the chip or will they refuse to get the chip? I imagine that Lunars that are like in the outer sectors would want to get the chip, be more likely to get the chip, or like, whereas the people of the aristocracy would probably be like, no, I love my powers, I love being able to abuse people and stuff like that. Um, and
So the
then
chip would keep them from being manipulated, but it would also keep them from using their powers, correct?
correct, and then
Yeah,
with humans, it would keep them from being manipulated.
right. Yeah. I could see of it being more of a thing like with humans just to ensure that
Yeah,
cuz yeah, I
because
think it would be hard for some lunars to part with their power. But then it would also they would not be able to use their power, but also they would not have the madness, like the sickness
if they
from
don't use it,
not using it. Yeah.
yeah, like for
That's
winter.
smart. Because with them having power to control minds, someone down the road may try to take over the people again.
So making it a republic, yeah, and that's kind of what Cinder's, what her, her not excuse, but the reasoning she gave behind it was because she's like, I may not be queen forever. Somebody else may come and take advantage of them, or
Yeah, yeah.
become queen and take advantage of them. So um, there's also, I think, I think you're going to run that risk no matter what. Like whether it's a republic or there could be people who are going to take advantage of the situation, especially knowing that there's still quite a few people in the aristocracy who are like not crazy about the change, because they liked the power they had and the money they had. So,
The chips are not really addressed any further. Another book.
mm, yeah, I guess so. I guess we need another, or maybe about the children, like see what the future's like.
I'm picturing Scarlet and Wolf's little tiny wolf cubs.
I know.
Red-haired wolf cubs.
I just oh,
Oh,
poor Wolf. I feel so sorry for Wolf. He got just such poor. Luckily, he has Scarlet. Let's just put it that way, because he just gets beat up so badly, and not just emotionally too. He gets so emotionally beat up.
yeah,
Poor guy.
for sure. Say, when Levana was a child, did the court manipulate people as much as they did in this book, or was that Levana's influence? Like those women in Thorn. Those women, they were out of control, man.
Yeah. Um, They were pretty manipulative too. I'm pretty sure that Lavana's parents were pretty bad when it came to the manipulations. Probably not as much as Lavana. Lavana really, she really did a good job of working those manipulations. But yeah, those women. And it was, and she made herself look like Cress. Wasn't that so cute? And Thorne was like, "Oh, what's
He's like,
going
I
on?"
thought it was you.
It was really cute. So dang cute.
Oh,
Everything's so cute. Yes,
it's
little.
all so cute.
Oh goodness. So are we ready to announce?
Yeah, let's do it. I feel like everybody
bookStara.
pretty much
bookStara.
knows, but we need to make it official.
Official.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in the new year,
Yes, go ahead.
Amy's laughing at me. We're gonna keep doing this thing, and instead of Readalong, we will be bookStara read-alongs.
Mm-hmm.
We are bringing on a third co-host, which is Paige at Pages with Paige.
Go Paige. Go Paige. She can't be here today, but go Paige.
Go Paige. And yeah, and we have the winners of our poll for the next series. So, yeah, we are reading, drum roll please, Mortal Instruments by Cassandra Clare and All Souls, which, what's the lady's name?
Deborah Harkness. Deborah Harkness.
I almost said Jessica Harkness. Okay, I got the Harkness right. And
Yeah.
we're reading All Souls, and we're going to alternate the series.
Mm-hmm.
So, beginning in February, we'll read the first book in the Mortal Instruments series, which is City of Bones.
City of Bones.
And then in March, we will read the first book in the All Souls series, which is Discovery of Witches. And we'll basically alternate like that until the final books of Mortal Instruments, because that series is longer than the All Souls series. So yeah, so you can take part in one, you can take part in both, but we'd love for you to take part.
2023. Yeah, we want you to take part. We want you to take part.
And we're gonna keep the format, so there will still be sprints mid-month and live discussion at the end of the month. And yeah, have anything you want to add there, boss?
No, I'm excited, and we're gonna rotate. I think between the three of us, whose channel it's gonna be on, and so that'll carry us through 2022 because Mortal Instruments is has 6 books. Discovery Witches has 4 books. We're not starting until February, so that'll give us December off completely, and then we'll probably start again in January 2023. And if you want to give us suggestions for series, just keep in mind that we are only looking at series that are completed. So give us series that have been completed.
Yeah, for sure.
A reread. Which one have you read already, Magda? Reread in a new fun one? Or new one? Twice as much fun.
I lost my thought.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
It's been a long week, right?
It's up in there somewhere.
And one of us will put up the schedule. We're going to have to transition our Discord to bookStara, and that'll happen before February. And we'll put up a schedule of the bi-monthly.
I know what I was going to say. I was going to say, tell your friends.
Oh yeah, tell your friends.
Tell your friends. That just seems so obvious now.
Yeah, Shell's already read both of them. I'm sorry, Shell. We love you though, and if you want to, we got discussions. Lots of good discussions. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much all. That's all we have for the announcement, unless there's anything else. Any questions anybody has? We're gonna, like Danielle said, keep the same format. It's gonna be the same Discord, and in the Discord discussions, it'll probably be the same format as well, where we do kind of like cut it up among like maybe 5 chapters. I think that I felt like 10 chapters was almost too much for me for winter. I did 10 chapters because there were so many chapters in this, so I broke it up by 10. But then I was like, by the time I went to talk about those
I would only
chapters,
remember what happened like right there at the end. Yeah.
then I
Yeah.
would try to go back and remember what happened at the beginning. But it was like, it was too much when it was 10 chapters, I thought. So I'll probably keep it to 5 chapters for discussions.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So we will read drum roll. So we will be reading The Mortal, or is it The Mortal or just Mortal? I don't know.
Mortal
Mortal
Instruments.
Instruments by Cassandra Clare and All Souls by Deborah Harkness.
Harkness.
Yeah.
Discovery Bitches. Yeah.
So Mortal Instruments, it starts in February, and then the other one starts in March. All Souls starts in March.
And if you guys want to know like how that broke down, David Bod got 8 votes.
Oh yeah.
What was the other one? Dorothy Must Die got 8 votes. And then
Yes.
what was Mortal Instruments? What did that end up being?
I have it in that chat that hang on, I'm gonna pull up because I sent it to you in the
Sorry, I
Instagram
didn't pull up my chat. I was just thinking if they want to know the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But I know those 2 had 8, so David Bod.
Okay, so it was 15 for Discovery of Witches, 11 for Mortal Instruments, 8 for David Bad, and 8 for Dorothy Must Die.
Yeah.
So that's what I got. I've read Mortal Instruments, been delaying Discovery of Witches pending this amount.
Well, good.
Sweet.
Awesome.
I think I will join with Discovery of Witches, but I'll keep an eye on how you like Cassandra Clare and maybe do that too.
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, I've only read her what's the one that Infernal Devices, which Shell made me read. And I actually she wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but I really liked it. So I'm excited to read some more Cassandra Clare. I think I gave all those books pretty high ratings. So
I don't think I've read either one of these authors yet. So
that's exciting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So maybe you'll love them, maybe you won't.
Hopefully I do. Yeah, I thought about that. Like, what are we gonna do if we get into one of these and we don't like it? We'll switch.
Sorry, guys, we're switching book series because we don't like it. I mean, these are pretty popular.
Continue on your own.
Well, that's why we have 3 co-hosts now.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah.
No, but I feel like doing it as a group makes me like it. So, like, regardless, I always have a better reading experience when I'm reading it with somebody.
It is, and it's fun to have the conversations, and it's like it does. I have enjoyed this read along so much. I've enjoyed our reading sprints, our live discussions. I've enjoyed the comments and the conversation we've had in Discord a lot. Like I try to make sure I'm pretty active in there, and it's just been nice to share this with everybody. And it's nice that I actually finished a series, which
I know that was. This may be the only series I finished this year. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Like, it's bad. So yeah, I do like that motivation.
No comments from Shell and Magda about Robin Hobb.
Finishing a series. I read City of Bones ages ago and loved it. That's good.
This is the time,
but I never finished the series. So you just read that first book, I guess. Yeah, so exciting.
Yeah,
so exciting. I read City of Glass and City of Ashes, then stopped. So this is great incentive. Yes.
There's 3 more after that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this will be great.
So, Stacy, are you going to reread, or are you just going to pick up when we get to where you're at? I'm curious. But,
yeah. It's so I know that Discovery of Witches has a show. So maybe it'll be something we can think about doing. Maybe, I don't know. It depends on if people can get access to it. But if we can do like any watch alongs or anything like that, I don't know how to do that.
We could do a watch along, or we could even just like have a channel in the Discord, like to chat about it too. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any shows for like the Mortal Instruments? Are there any shows for that? I don't know. Anybody else know? Shell, you might know. You know stuff like that.
I think, did I skip you, Amy? I usually like things more when I will be having a conversation afterwards. I had to read The Power for book club, and I liked it a bit more. I hated it upon reading. I liked it a bit more after the discussion.
I heard a lot of people hated The Power, Amy. So it's really interesting. No City of Bones. Meaning you won't be rereading it?
I'm not sure.
Okay, good. Oh, okay, good. So we can maybe do a watch along for both of those series,
Oh, it has a show. Okay.
or just have channels. Or yeah, we can figure that out later.
I actually thought the series went on too long. Yeah, that can happen.
Probably talking about Mortal Instruments. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm sure that it's got 6 books in it, and I know that a lot of people are tired of Cassandra Clare doing more Shadowhunters or whatever they are. So like she keeps putting out new Shadowhunter books and stuff. And I think that aren't necessarily focusing on the same characters, but I think people are kind of, oh well, I don't know.
City Bones is a movie.
Oh, City of Bones is a movie. Okay,
That's
okay,
fun. I like
awesome.
I like movies.
Yeah, not sure if you ever finished it though. Oh, Mortal Instruments. Is it a movie or a series? I don't know. Maybe there's both. I just know that I've seen something for the Discovery of Witches more recently. So, Red Bones and Ashes, Not Glass. My first comment. Undecided. I'll reread. Okay, okay,
Gotcha.
got it. Yeah,
What was disturbing?
The Power, the book, The
Oh, The
Power. I've
Power.
just seen people's reviews on
I
it, and
don't even
it's
know about that book.
definitely, yeah. It's let's see what it looks like. It's got like I think that's the one that has the electricity on the front of it.
Hmm.
I think it's a. Is it a horror? It's a horror, isn't it? They did a TV show too. The Power. Who is it written by?
I didn't see if anybody ever responded in the Discord, but has anybody else watched Lost in Space on Netflix? Because I'm telling you, I'm like casting people for the Lunar Chronicles. It has a hand with electricity in it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking for, but it's not coming up. Let me look for it here. The Power
Definitely
book
some actresses.
by Naomi Alderman.
So thought provoking. Okay, now I'm just curious about this.
Looks like this.
How have I not ever seen this book? I swear.
I've
So
seen it on
weird.
quite a yeah, and I like books that are it's hard, especially when it comes to like really disturbing topics. But then it's also nice when you're reading it, like Amy was saying, with a group, because especially books that are a little more thought provoking. It's
Yeah.
like even if you don't like the book, it can be really fun to have those conversations.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I was trying to see what you were looking at, but I can't see what you're looking at.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh. What's everybody reading this month?
Oh yeah, what are you guys
I want to
reading
know.
right now? I'm
Tell
still
me
working
what
on
you're
Chocolat.
reading. It's thought provoking,
So
but there
many.
were so many disturbing sexual assaults and other such things. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
not cool. So I'm this far in Chocolat. I'm so close. I want to finish it tonight. That's the plan. That's the game plan. I've got less than 80 pages left. So
You can do it.
I got to get to my
Yeah,
next Advent.
I
You
know.
know.
I'm right there with you. Yeah, I shared with Amy before we went live, but yeah, I'm like this is my ugly copy of The Bear and the Nightingale, but I'm like 200 some pages in. I'm 220 pages in, and there are 313 pages in the book. So I don't think I'll get it done tonight, but I'll get it done very soon.
You're liking it though, right? You said you're
I'm
enjoying it.
liking it. I like it a lot. Like
You know,
it was crazy because I was reading it. I wasn't very far in. I was maybe like 85 pages in or so, and I was already thinking about wanting to reread it, which I never do. I'm not a big rereader, you know, so I was just like, I must like it.
You know, when I
I was
heard that
like,
you were reading that, Danielle, I actually thought, I was like, oh, that's going to be a book Danielle's going to love.
"It's gonna be one of my new
I could
favorites."
totally, I could totally guess that.
Yeah. I'm I have a type. I have a book type. I have a book type. I may start Dune. Oh,
Yeah, that new beautiful,
that
beautiful copy I got. I don't know if I'll let her read it.
with the pretty teal edges.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, you wanna show us?
Yeah.
I just think I need one of those too. Also reading and watching Christmas romances. Yes. Trying to finish everything I started earlier this year. Currently, just House of Salt and Sorrows. Oh, it's gorgeous.
It's so beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful books. One of the most beautiful books I've ever
It's
seen.
gorgeous. Yeah,
Ah.
I really like it. I really like the aesthetics of that. I'm supposed to be reading one book, but have 3 on the go. Whoops.
Yeah, I know how that goes, Kim.
Chris is doing sprints at Books and Jams. Oh, hey, this is a good idea. This is a good
Yeah,
idea. I've been
absolutely.
doing a lot of sprinting, like between catching other YouTubers and there's like a sprints Discord that I do too because it just helps
It's
me.
fun. I've been doing a lot of schoolwork.
Justin and the best biscuits in the world.
Shell got some really
And the never
interesting.
tilting world.
She got some interesting. So last month when she played my TBR game, she got some really interesting prompts. So Justin, the best gets in the world, was like, she had to find a random number generator with a word, and the word came up as biscuit.
That
So
is
it's like a
so
kid's book.
funny. Oh my gosh.
It was biscuit. It's hard to find
Oh,
books with a biscuit in the title.
under the whispering door and stars above. Very good.
Oh, everybody's reading Under the Whispering Door. I'm jealous.
So guilty of that. Oh, of reading more than one book.
Yeah, that's been me lately.
She thinks her sister
It's
has
a
that copy of
beautiful,
Dune.
beautiful book.
I'm going to read Under the Whispering Door this month. I can't
Everybody's
wait.
doing it. And it sounds really good. The synopsis, I didn't really know what it was about until I heard somebody talking about it recently, and I'm like, oh, that sounds like something I'll like.
I just thought of something. We were talking
Uh-oh.
about we were talking about the Bear and the Nightingale, and I got I get this mug. There were 2 months earlier than in the year that I got the fairy loot box. Like I just wanted to see what it was all about.
Mm-hmm.
And in one of the boxes, I got this mug, and I didn't really think anything of it. I knew at the time I was like, okay, I've never read that book, and I've been drinking coffee out of it, but I don't know. I just didn't think much about it. And then I picked up this book and I realized, oh my gosh, I have a Bear and the Nightingale mug.
Oh, isn't that
So
nice?
yeah, it has Vasilisa on it and the Winter King, and
Oh,
yeah.
that's cool. Oh, good. Yeah, because
So
I get a lot of stuff
I'm
from
gonna try to show it
Alcrate.
on my
Oh, good.
video. Yeah.
I get a lot of stuff from Alcrate, and I'm like, well, I haven't read this book yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if you don't like it? You know?
It's so crazy because you see something and you're like, oh, that's nice, but then you read the book and you're like, oh, you have a different like connection with it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know where I'm at. So guilty of that. My
Shell
sister
said biscuits
who
and African rep. Yes. So that was a
okay.
tricky. I give her tricky. So my game is going to change. It's going to change, and it's going to not be so difficult. Um, which I'm
Yeah,
actually.
I'm curious about this.
It's still going
I'm
to be good.
curious
It's
about
still
the
going to be fun.
changes.
It's just not going to be as difficult, which I need this year because I really need to be able to have a little more flexibility with my reading. It was fun. It was fun while it lasted,
I
but they're so specific.
I'm doing a very similar thing. I'm doing a similar thing as far as making my game work for me a little more. So, and I'm just since you guys are on here, I'm just going to go ahead and like spoil you for it a little bit. What I decided to do is so, I play the Clue. It's Clue, but I call it Getting Away with Murder.
Mm-hmm.
And, I play with all the original characters. Well, not original because there's Dr. Orchid in this version, but like Colonel Mustard and Mr. Green, Professor Plum, Miss Peacock, Miss
Mm-hmm.
Scarlet, all these guys. I've decided to give them all gangster names. So they're getting gangster names. And with their gangster name, they are getting like uh, special abilities. So when I play with that particular
Getting away with murder.
game
Oh, that's so
piece,
cute. Yeah.
I get I get to use those special abilities. So yeah, we'll see
So
how it
like Tommy gun or whatever it is, something like that. Like those kind of gangster names, right?
something like that. Yeah,
Like that. Yeah.
wanted. Yeah, yeah,
That's so cute. I love it.
yeah. I'm mixing it up a
That's
little
gonna be
bit.
fun. And the special
Kim wants
abilities.
to
I
see the
like that
mug.
idea.
I'll go get it. I'll go
Yeah,
get
let's
it.
see the mug.
Okay.
And then yeah, it's sorry, Shell, about that TBR. And yes, Magnus says gorgeous, Amy. Does that mean me or the fact that I'm changing my game? Because I'm really actually very excited about changing it. It'll I think it'll be a lot more fun for all of us.
Okay. I'm back.
Let's
Oh.
see the mug.
Okay, so this is the mug. So here we go. The inside has a snowflake.
Oh, that's cute. I love that. I love when they have
And
something on the
then
inside.
I'll try to start. I'll start on this side. This is Vasilisa.
Oh wow, this is
You see
fancy.
her? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
pretty.
then I don't know. Okay, there we go. And then there's the Winter King's horse, and
I love the Winter King.
there's the Winter King.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Isn't it cool? And
Yes.
I've been drinking out of this thing, not even knowing what I'm drinking out of. Now I'm like, oh, this is my favorite mug ever.
I love it. I love the Winter King. And I think that's why I love the second half of the book so much because I
Yeah.
really love his character.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Dune? She means Dune.
Dune.
I thought
I
she
thought
meant
so.
me.
she, she might have. Also, under the whispering
Also,
door.
yeah.
I need
Oh,
to go
okay.
get kids ready for bed. I'm excited for the new reads. Amy, I'll be thinking of you and hoping the next 2 days go
Thank
well
you.
for you.
It's
So
going to go well.
sweet.
It's going to go well. We're almost done. I'm almost done. I'm so excited. Have a
We're
good
glad you're
night.
here. Great idea about the gangster names. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be cute. Getting Away with Murder. I love it. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Well, I was already calling it that. But
Yeah. No. I know
yeah.
that, but I mean, like, it fits so well, is what I mean. Like, it fits with the name of the game really well. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
No, I already know you've been calling it that.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of give them like a nickname that would kind of fit whatever like special ability I gave them, you know? So, yeah.
That's gonna be
think it's
cute. Oh, I
I
can't
think
wait
it's
to
gonna
hear. I
work.
can't wait to see how it goes.
Yeah,
For sure.
I'm hoping it helps me out.
Yeah. She said "do," not me.
Oh, you're welcome. She was talking about the book. Yeah, I'm really glad I got to show it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it's really
obsessed
cute.
with
And
it
I'm
right
so
now.
glad you're liking that book.
I
could have
just think it's so funny that
called
you
it.
said when you heard I was reading that, you were like, this is gonna be
Yeah, it's a Danielle book.
I feel like I'm so easy to
No, it's not like you're that. No, I don't mean it like that. It's just that based off like the books that you've read and that you've loved, because I do pay attention to your ratings and stuff like that, and just hearing and just the vibe of Bear and the Nightingale,
the
gives
vibe
you
is like the vibe is what's doing it for me because
yeah
I just and even because in my advent calendar challenge, Romanoff was another one in that same category, and now I'm like, okay, I kind of want to read that one too because I'm just liking that feeling, you know. I don't
yeah.
know.
Oh, I totally knew. I just yeah, and I didn't mean it like in the sense that you're like that transparent. It was more just based off your previous enjoyment of books. I kind of thought.
Okay, so what you're saying is we can read the next one together, Kim.
Yeah, buddy read time. Buddy read time.
I am. By the way, everyone, I am. Amy knows this. She could probably strangle me. I am planning out my buddy reads for the coming year.
Oh, yeah. She is.
So, so if you want to read with me, holla.
She means for any time in the next year. You don't have to do it right away. Because I told her like June, right, when I'm out of school.
Though I did get someone to commit to January. So
did you really?
Yeah, I did. Yes. Okay, Kim, pick a
I
month.
have
Pick a
commitments
month that is
already. I
not
have commitments.
January or June,
Yeah, I've already
and
claimed
we'll read it.
June. And I
Yeah,
think Magda and Shell will kill me if I don't do Bad Ship in January. And I don't blame them. They have every right to.
they have every right to kill you at this point.
So it's been nice
Yeah.
knowing everybody. No, because I'm going to read it in January. Uh,
So, is anybody doing any other read-alongs or have any other
yeah,
commitments for this coming year? I'm curious. I'm thinking if I do, if I do the bookStara book and then I do a buddy read book, that's probably enough, like, commitment wise. I mean,
yeah.
other than whatever else comes up, but yeah. I'm
I
trying to,
got
like,
really,
take it easy on myself here.
yeah, Shell's going to kill me. Yeah, see?
Dead. You're dead.
And so is Magda. Yeah, so, uh, yeah, I've got my plans already. um,
Matchup.
I overdid it on buddy reads this last year. It was so exciting. Like I loved buddy reads, and I had a great time with it. It got to the point where I had almost like 4 or 5 buddy reads a month, and just started falling through the cracks. It was really sad because I'm not that flaky, and I didn't want to be the person that was that flaky on all my buddy read friends, and so I kind of had to scale it back. And so the nice thing about the read along though is that we're all doing it together, so it's kind of like I'm buddy reading with a whole bunch of people, and that's really nice. Yeah,
I
me too,
I
Kim.
I can do February. Yes, I can. Okay, so we're reading book 2 in the Winter Night trilogy in February, which is like The Girl in the Tower, I think.
Hmm.
The Girl in the Tower.
I'm kind of
Yeah.
hoping I pull it this month.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
We'll see.
Otherwise you could read it with us.
Otherwise, maybe I'll read it with you guys in February.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. Sorry, man.
Oh, man.
Don't. In other words, everybody. This Magda and Shell are saying don't buddy read with Amy because it's just not fun.
I felt like you did so good when we read,
That was when I was still in my buddy reading prime,
the
and then
Jane
I
Austen one.
and then I completely lost it towards like September, October, November. No, September, October. Yeah. No, it was good at first. It's okay. I'll be good again. I just need to not. I need to make sure I'm not doing like 4 or 5 in a month because that was so
That's a
overwhelming.
lot.
And yeah, and then I'm not as good. I don't get to enjoy the process as much. And it's buddy reads are one of my favorite things. Like I love being able to discuss books with people. So like I don't
Yeah, me
want
too.
to do it poorly. Shell
She's
and you
fast, right?
would.
And
Well, so
Shell's
is Shell.
fast. I was
Hmm.
gonna say this could work. This could be a good
Yeah.
matchup.
And they actually like very similar books. So I think for them, so,
Look at
actually, you
us.
know what? I'll tell you what, Shell. Mom's ready to read Ship of Magic. So she's already catching up to us with Robin Hobb. She went through the first 3 books so
Wow.
quickly. She like read them within a few days, like a couple days,
Wow.
each book. Yeah. Mom is a very fast reader.
I did, Kim, if you're still listening, I did start Royal Assassin, and yeah, I am very, very happy to be back with Fitz, and I can already see, like, I made myself, my plan was to read like 22 pages a day because it's my pacer book, and I got to like that first day's reading, and like I was supposed to stop, but I didn't want to stop. So I was like, "Oh, that's how this is going to be." So it's going to be good.
I knew you were gonna love. I'm just so excited for you to read. That's my favorite of the Fitz.
Of the 3 of the Farseer.
It's so good. I'm so glad I'm so glad you're reading that this month.
Yeah, me
It's
too.
fun, just not. Yeah, I know. Robin
Oh, the
Hobb.
Robin ones. We knew what you meant. Couple of
Yes,
days.
she couldn't put him down. She loved so she loved all of them. Assassin's Quest, Assassin's Apprentice, Royal Assassin, Assassin's, the other one.
Quest, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
Assassin's
She read
Quest.
them all. She loved them all. She read them all so quickly, so quickly.
So me too.
wants to read with mom because Magda's fast. Well, Magda's fast too, so we can have her along for Madship. Yes, Madship, Madship, Madship. Yes, Royal Assassin. Good. I'm glad you're doing it.
Yeah, me
Yep,
too.
yep, yay, yay. Now we've got all these plans um for buddy reads and stuff.
Love it.
So Madship in January. Hurry up, Danielle. Just
Yeah, right. That's not happening. That's not happening. Oh my gosh. No.
kidding. Yeah. So I think that do we have anything else? Anything else exciting?
I mean, I showed you the mug.
I'm
No, I don't
excited
know.
about 2022
I am too. I really
yeah,
am. I love a nice fresh start.
to a new year.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And the classes I'm taking in my first quarter in the year, so winter quarter, are going to be really fun. So I'm really excited about like I'll feel good about school again.
Oh, that would be good.
Won't be this little mess that I've become here at the end. So I'm excited. One of my classes is a children's literature class, so I'm hoping to read a whole
Oh
bunch of
my
middle grade.
gosh. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
gosh.
It's like,
Yeah,
oh, I hope we read a ton of middle grade.
that's awesome. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Oh
Thank you
yeah,
guys. Thank you
let's talk
for
about this. Yeah, this has been
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you
thank
guys
you
so
guys so
much
much for
for
showing up and for talking to
participating,
us. Yep.
making Lunar Long, I mean, really fantastic.
Hmm.
It's been really
Yeah, that was
fantastic.
a lot better than. I mean, I don't know what I was expecting, but I think it was better than I could have expected.
Me too. And I didn't
So,
feel as like I was afraid like would it feel overwhelming? You know,
hmm,
because we're working through a whole series, but
yeah,
it didn't. And I think that we got a lot of support from each other, especially, chatting with each other about all the chapters and stuff. Like it just felt really good.
yeah.
Sanderson. Oh, I want to read Sanderson, but no, I can't. I can't. I got to get through Hobb first.
Don't talk to me about Sanderson. I after my
Did you
Mistborn
read Final Empire?
fiasco, did I read the Final Empire?
Did you finish it?
That's no, I did not.
I can't
If you
remember.
if you look at my Goodreads, it's been on there since like February. Danielle is currently reading Mistborn. No, I'm not. It's the bane of my existence, and I think one day I'm gonna try again. But when I made my list of series I want to continue in 2022,
That wasn't part of it.
it didn't make it on there.
I really want to read it, but it's just I'm not. I'm gonna wait until I finish Hobb before I try any Brandon Sanderson
Yeah. I
because
think I think the hard magic system and I don't know if it's more plot driven than character driven or what, but I was just having a really I just it didn't wasn't keeping my attention. That's all I can say. It just wasn't keeping my attention.
okay,
So,
yeah, those high fantasies take commitment. They take commitment, and that's kind of where I hit like because I loved Ship of Magic so much by Robin Hobb. Don't get me wrong, I loved it, and I'm like, why am I not able to start Magic? I mean, I started it, I restarted it twice. I read through a good portion, like through the first 100 pages twice now, and I just can't. I hit a wall. Not that I am not enjoying it, just I'm not. I'm struggling, and so
mhm.
I think I needed to give it a little bit of time, which is rough because then poor Shell and Magda have to wait on me, and that's the hard thing about buddy reads. But I did, with some of those high fantasies, you can hit a wall. It can be too much at a point, and
Yeah.
I'm guessing Brandon Sanderson can be the same way. It's at least
Yeah,
it's a commitment.
I guess I wasn't in the right frame of mind for it, and then I just couldn't get I haven't been able to get past that yet to, like, start fresh again. Because I think at this point, I will have to start fresh. I didn't make it that far into it. I don't even know if I still have my little bookmark in there, but, yeah, I think I will have to I mean, I remember I liked Kelsier and all them, but I don't know. Oh, I made it pretty far. Gosh darn it.
That doesn't feel good, does it?
Look at that. Oh, I made it like 194 pages. Oh, man.
Don't worry, you
But
will at some point when you're ready.
it's got that new book smell. Yeah. Yes, I love the Discord too.
Mom's gonna look into Sanderson. I'm not. Yeah, I know. I know, Magda. I know.
What are you not ready for?
Sanderson,
Oh,
because I haven't finished Hob.
First Mistborn trilogy wasn't my fave, but I've heard a lot of great things about the Stormlight Archive.
Everybody loves that series, the Stormlight Archive. Everybody. I don't know
I
about
feel like
everybody,
there's
but I
getting
feel
ready
like.
to be a big group read for that this year too. I
Oh,
think
really?
uh Yolene Yolene reads, but it's said with a Y but spelled with a J. I
Yeah.
think she's hosting a Stormlight Archives read along this year.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Me neither. But if anybody's
But if
interested,
anybody's
not to
interested,
dissuade you from our read along, but yeah.
yeah, no, ours comes first. um,
Okay. Oh,
we've had too much fun.
we have. We do.
It's good though. Yeah, and I'm gonna miss this until February. I'm
I
gonna miss
know.
our mid-month sprints. Well, it's just 1 month. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. Oh, 2 months, because December we're not doing
I
what?
was gonna ask you about that. We're not doing this for Stars Above.
We weren't
I'm
planning
off
on
to
it.
bed now, guys. Speak to you soon. Looking forward to the next read alongs. Bye, Kim.
Thank you,
Good night.
Kim. Good
Sleep tight.
night. Don't let the bugs bite. No, we weren't planning on doing it for Stars Above, I think, because it was just a collection of stories. And we were just going to talk about it in the Discord. Um, oh, the Stormlight Archive, Stormlight read along. Some
Oh.
of those bigger series get a lot of read alongs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. We weren't planning on doing anything in December.
Okay.
Did you want to?
I didn't think so, but I just wanted to confirm. I'm content with
Yeah.
just talking about it in the Discord.
Yeah, I think for now, so many things are going on in December, and there's so many videos. I know I'm doing a lot of videos. You're doing a lot of videos. So,
Yeah.
and then we'll be back in February, and we'll be doing the norm. The norm.
Rocking and rolling.
With City of Bones. Oh my gosh, I am
Yeah,
excited to get
me
back to
too.
Cassandra Clare.
Where is
I
it?
don't have that book. I have the
I
first
don't
book
have
in
the other
Discovery
one.
Witches.
I have this. Look, it has a
Yeah.
shirtless man on the front.
Yeah, I don't have that one, but I have the first
Prepare
book
to
in
be
Discovery of
hooked.
Witches. Oh, actually, I had a question about that. So, Discovery of Witches, it says it's the All Souls trilogy, but there are actually 4 books. We're planning on reading the 4 books, right?
I noticed
Discovery
that
of Witches,
too.
Shadow of Night, Book of Life, and Time's Convert. I put them on the schedule, so I guess we
Mm-hmm.
are planning on doing that.
Yeah, I noticed that too. That there was that it said 3 books and there were 4, and I don't know.
Okay, we're doing all 4.
Okay.
I'm
Cool.
cool with that. Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys, and thank you so much for Danielle for hosting and getting this whole idea going. This was all your idea, so thank you for bringing the Lunar along alive.
You're welcome.
It's been a
So
blast.
welcome. It has been so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, this is good news. I hope you do. I hope
Yeah.
you do.
It's been fun. Mom's
Yeah.
been doing it. She's joined us on Discord.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Thanks, ladies. A good time had by
Good time.
all. For sure.
All right.
Okay. You ready?
Thank you. Yep,
Okay.
I'm ready.
Bye, guys.